I am live and I'm going to be doing some channel makeovers today, and I'm really excited about it because this is how I'm able to serve my community, if you've not been around me hearing me talk about my community on the school platform, it's called Next Level Creator Hub, and I help YouTube creators generate, not generate, but build their YouTube channel with a community focus so that you're not chasing after views and you're not, just relying on AdSense for income. You're actually building something far more deep and sustainable because if you haven't seen how YouTube can, when you reach monetization, YouTube can lower your income, can lower very quickly if you're just relying on YouTube. It can increase really quickly as well, but it's just hard to have a consistent and sustainable business if you're just relying on monetization, on YouTube AdSense monetization. So today I'll be doing 4 YouTube channel page makeovers, which are more like audits because I'm actually not doing anything where I'm changing anything. I'm just going to take notes for people so that they know what to do next. So if they want to take my suggestions, these are all members of my community, and they have agreed to let me use their channel pages to do these makeovers. And I decided to call it a makeover versus an audit because it sounds nicer. So I am doing these for my community members. If you'd like to be in my community, it is free. It's called the Next Level Creator Hub, and it is hosted on School, which is a really great platform for building community. And I have the link in the description of this video if you'd like to join. Hopefully all of that worked out the way it was supposed to, because I had to redo this video, which also reminds me I should have changed the link on my for my community members, because they're going to find the wrong live stream if I don't do that. So I'm going to do that really quickly while I'm talking here. Hopefully I can do 2 things at once, which is sometimes really hard for me. Actually, I can't ever do 2 things at once. I don't know why I try, but I'm doing okay right now. I'm talking and I'm sharing and I'm copying the link, and I'm going to put it into my community page here, and so that they have the right link, because I had to create a new, whole new live stream. It didn't work the way I wanted it to with OBS. I'm using OBS today. So if you haven't been following, I've had really bad computer issues for the last live streams that I've done, and I finally was like, we got to invest in a better computer. My computer wasn't old, it was just not up to date, or for this purpose. It was up to date, just wasn't for streaming. And I asked my friend Andrew, he's got a YouTube channel called, I think it's Andrew Farmer is his name. I think that's his YouTube channel. Anyway, he helped me pick a really great computer. So now I have a MacBook Pro, and it's been so amazing. So if you are struggling really hard, maybe it's time to upgrade your computer if you can. But now streaming seems to be working really well, and I'm really excited about that. So, but my community is for people who want to grow their YouTube channel with a community focus, which I mentioned just a minute ago, how that is so important for like a sustainability type of structure. You build something bigger, you build something more with a solid foundation, you build around a community, and then you'll earn income in much bigger and better ways than just YouTube AdSense. And you'll be connecting with people, you'll be connecting with your YouTube subscribers and viewers, and which is why you don't need a lot of views. I have 300 and something subscribers right now, and I'm making money with my school community. And that, like, I don't have YouTube AdSense. I do on my other channel. I am monetized on my other channel, so I am making a little bit there. But this channel, I have not monetized from YouTube, but I'm actually monetizing my YouTube channel, if that makes sense. And I want to show you that too. So if you'd like to join, there is a link in the description to my community. There's also a link if you'd like to start your own school community. There's a 14-day free trial, so you can test it out. You can join for free without paying any money if you want to just join a community. So I highly recommend you get on School, because there's so many different communities, but mine specifically is helping YouTube and community building. But if you want to start your own community, if you're like, I'm done with Facebook, I don't know, Facebook thing is weird, it doesn't really do what you need to do, you can start your own community on YouTube, on School. And it's only $9 a month if you pick the lower hobby plan, which is what I have right now. Eventually I will go up to the pro plan, but right now I'm building slower, and actually it's building really fast. I just hit 2 months. I'll just hit 2 months on the 5th, and I have 75 members, very good members too. It's not like, everybody's just really active and engaged. And I've made money on there already. So I'm really excited about that, with a free community, by the way. So all those links are in the description if you'd like to do that. So let's get started with these channel makeovers, because I'm really, excited to show you. So I'm going to show my other screen. I'm using OBS. If you've never used OBS before, it's a recording and streaming software. It's free, but it is really, really good. And with this new computer, it's even better. So this is my desktop. I put myself right there at the top, near, under my calendar and my clock, which I think is pretty cool. And then I have my notes here. I found this really good plugin that allows me to put notes, so I'll be taking notes, and I'll also be taking notes for the people who I'm doing the makeovers for, so that they'll have something to take away from this video, this live stream. And yeah, so this is my YouTube channel, and I won't be doing a makeover there, but you can see, as you can see, I'm live right there at the top, which I don't know I think that's a new thing I've discovered, is that your live streams are at the top like that, because I didn't know that. But let me go real quick to see if anybody is chatting. No, that's okay. Okay, and so I'm going to start with one of the members. Her name is I'm trying to get back to the chat. Here, let me try this again. I'm going to start with one of the members. Her name is Cherie, and she has she's in my community, the Next Level Creator Hub, and she has a channel that is, she said she's been meaning to, I think I closed it. Darn it. Okay. I think I might have closed that window. So I'm going to try it again. I'm going to do this. Let's see. How do I do this? I want to open an incognito window because it'll be easier to see. I can't remember how to incognito my window. I think I do like that. Or open an incognito window. I can't remember. How do I do this? Okay. I was going to show you with an incognito window because, oh, I know. I remember. Ah, there we go. Okay. Because it is easier to see, like I have all these like things from vidIQ and everything on there. So I don't want to confuse things by having by having all of those extras that I have on my computer. So I'm going to use this. I'm going to paste it in and go. I love how fast this is and how non-glitchy this YouTube thing is. I mean, my streaming is, my computer is. It's so great. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, where? Okay, well, I think this is it.
So, we are in a...
Okay, that's one of your videos. No, that's not one of your videos. Okay, let's try this again. I had a YouTube channel. Maybe oh, you know what I did? I didn't copy the link all the way. Okay, let's copy the link and go to her channel. Okay, so this is what we see when we go to Cherie's homepage. Okay, so you can already probably see the issues that we're having here is that there is nothing on her homepage, and she you know, knows that she needs to update this, and that's why I'm doing this live stream, this makeover, because I want to help her to create a better homepage. So what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do with this is go over some parts of a channel and why it's important to have a channel homepage that makes sense, like that's viewer friendly. I think I have another note here that I want to share as well. Let me see. I'm going to put that one up, and then I have another note. Nope, that's not it. Parts of a channel. I thought I had another note. Okay, well, oh yeah, here we go. This is the other note. Okay, so I want to talk about why channel pages are important. Okay, with most things, when we have, you know, any products or anything, we have to think of the experience of the viewer, of the purchaser, of the customer. Like, we have to think about how they're experiencing your thing, in this case YouTube channel, for the first time. If they're experiencing it in a way that makes it difficult for them to do the thing that you want them to do, which is subscribe or watch your video or buy your product or whatever it is, then we're missing out just by not making it easy for them to experience it well, you know? So why the channel page matters is because we want to create a viewer experience that is easy, that is, you know, to the point, and that they can go, okay, this channel is for me, I'm going to subscribe. Now, there are other ways people subscribe on to people's channels, but this is normally the process for me, and I think a lot of people, is that you see a video and you're like, oh, that's a good video. What should I, you know, like, I'm going to find out a little bit more. So you go to their channel page, and if their channel page is not representative of the video that you just saw that was really cool, or it's like very confusing because you can't figure out what's happening on the channel, then you might not subscribe. And subscribers aren't everything, but if you're reaching for monetization goals on YouTube, you need to have at least 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But what you want to just think about is that you're attracting the people to your channel. So you want to attract people to your channel, and whether they subscribe or not, you can still serve them in different ways. You know, like they will, if they don't subscribe the first time they see you, they're like, oh, I like that, I'm not going to subscribe now. Next time they might subscribe. So you want to make the experience really great for the viewer. And it's also easier to navigate. It's just like if you go to a grocery store and you are, you know, you go to a grocery store and everything is like, you know, the toilet paper is on this side, right next to the potatoes, right next to the, you know, whatever. I don't know why I started with toilet paper, but I think we're out. I think that's why I started with that, but we're almost out. Anyway, so you want to, like, it's the same type of thing. If you're going to a grocery store and everything is just like not in any sort of organized fashion, it's really hard to shop. So the same thing with your YouTube channel. If it's not organized, people are gonna be like, okay, I don't get it, and they just leave. Okay, that's what I would do in a grocery store if it was like that. And I see Makita B, hi. I see you. I'm looking at my phone because I don't have it on my computer. Next thing I need to do is get another screen, a separate screen, so that I can have my software and so I can see all this. But anyway, it's very good to see you here. I'm glad you are here. Okay. So, and then the next thing is we need, here are my notes if you would like to see. These are the notes that I'm doing. Let me see if you can see that. Okay. Yeah. I just moved it. The next thing we would like to see is, okay, I lost my notes. They're right here. Okay. The reason why the channel page matters is because it gives you credibility. If you are professional, you know, same idea, you will get more customers, you will get more clients if your YouTube page is professional. Think of it like a business card, okay? Your channel page is like a business card, and you want to represent your business through your channel page. Same thing I used to teach with when I was on Instagram with people building Instagram pages or Instagram accounts. Same idea. Instagram is it's a business card. I have a business card still on Instagram, even though I haven't used it, because I set up my Instagram page to let everybody know what I'm about and where they should do and what they should do. And the first 6 video or first 6 boxes, you know, on the I haven't spoken Instagram in a long time, so I don't know how to say it anymore. But anyway, same idea. It's your business card. So make it professional, especially if you are a professional of some sort. I recently helped one of the members. He is looking to help professional men. I believe it's men is his target, like high achieving professional men. His channel page did not show that he was a professional. We worked together, changed it. I'll just share it at some point. I mean, you know, he did all the work. I just gave him tips, and now it looks professional. You can go there, you can know what he's about, and he's starting to see more and more subscribers because of it. So it's very important. Like I'm not kidding when I say how important it is to have a really professional channel page, if you are a professional especially. Okay, and then brand recognition. Everything on your homepage gives people insight into who you are. So even colors, I'll show you again, like with mine, colors are a thing. So, you know, you don't have to do this, of course. You can do however you want, but I'm using a color theme. And the other part of my brand is my shirts. I always wear very colorful blouses and things. So it's part of my brand. I decided not to go for the bland, which is a lot of YouTubers tend to do because it's easier to like fit in that same shirt. You don't have to change it. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to go opposite of that. And I'm going to wear a different shirt, a different blouse every time. And as you can see, I pretty much have that, except for like these live stream ones. But I always pretty much wear a different shirt for stuff. So that's part of your brand. So you want to, here, let me go back to the incognito window. Where did it go? I think that's my problem. I'm losing oh, there it is. It's still up. Okay, put that down. Okay, so let me get the notes back. So brand recognition, more information when people want to know more information about you. That's all on their homepage. And where to go next. So if you have a product or something that you want them to purchase or join, like my community is the first link. You want that there at the top. You want it easy as possible for people to take the next step. Okay. So yeah. So what happens when you don't have an optimized channel? You miss opportunities. People are confused. They can't figure out what you're about, and they leave and not subscribe. So if your goal is to get more subscribers, don't miss this step. Okay. So, I'm sorry if I haven't said your name right. Makita. I hope that's right. So please tell me if that's right. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for you said you came from school. Thank you for being here. If you have any questions during this, please let me know. I'm looking on my phone, the comments. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would be happy to answer. So now we're going to move on to the parts of a channel page. I'll make this big so you can see it. The parts of a channel page are, and like I said before, it's like your business card. You have a header, which Cherie does not have a header. So that will be one of the things, but I'll get into her thing in a minute. You have a header, you have a profile image, you have a title. So her title is her name. You have a handle, and oftentimes it's the same as the title. Not always, but it does make it easier if it is the same for people to remember, but I'll get into that. You have a description. You have links, the links that are supposed to be there, which she doesn't have. You have tabs, these things here. These are tabs. And I keep losing it. And you have the playlists, which is one of the tabs, and you have the post tab, and you have the overall brand and look, and then there's thumbnails and titles that you need to consider when you're doing that as well. So let's start with Cherie's. And what I would recommend she do is, let me make one. I'm going to have her notes here so that I can send this to her, and then she can watch this and then just have a list, So Cherie, header would be my first suggestion, to have some kind of nice header. I really like your image. It would be good to have it closer so like people can see your face more. And maybe a contrasting background would also be helpful, because it's kind of hard to see, especially when you're on a mobile phone, the image. So if you bring that image forward more and then just like maybe take out the background, put a different background, or just like somehow make yourself more vibrant than the background, you probably want to put a different color in the background, because it's hard to see against the dark background and your dark hair and your dark blazer there. So I would recommend pulling that image forward and doing that. So I'm going to put that in my notes here for you. You need a header. Like I enjoy when things look together, like they're supposed to be together. So if you choose a header, for one, I don't think you need an image of yourself in the header. That's just that is definitely my personal view. Sometimes it works out that the image is good up there. Just don't make it the same image if you're going to make it an image, because it kind of is like redundant. Like your business card, you wouldn't have a picture of yourself, same picture of yourself here and there. You would have a different picture, maybe if you're going to have two pictures of yourself. So I would suggest something, come up with a look. Let me look at your videos real quick. So you kind of have a look with the brown background. By the way, you're really good at video. like I watched one of your videos, and you're really good at that. I'm sure that's part of your profession. But I actually didn't look that up. But anyway, you're really good at video. So like you probably don't need a whole lot of work in that area. What you just need to do is just make your channel look professional. Okay, I got Beatrice here. Hi from school. Thank you, Makeda, for loving my shirt colors and pretty curly hair. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I would say for Cherie, you need a header and your profile picture larger and contrasting background. Okay. And then we go to your name is fine. Like people struggle with this, but it just all depends on what brand you're building. If you're building a brand that it's around yourself, then use your name. If you're building a brand that's around a product that you have or a specific business, you can use your name and your business. or you can just use your business. Like, it doesn't really matter. People will get it eventually if you're just consistent with whatever it is you're doing. Okay. So your name is good for that. Your description is a little short. So I would just make it a little longer, give more details, break it up a little bit into, what do you call it? Like bullet points. It's always easier to read bullet points for people who are like me, who just like to scan things. So I would work on your description, make it beefier, beefier, and bullet points. Okay, that's my suggestion for that. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next thing, which is links. You don't have any. So I would definitely put links. If you have a community, put your community links in there. If you have a website, I wouldn't go too far with, like, either put your website with a call, like a, what do you call it? Lead magnet, like link to a lead magnet, not your website, link to a lead magnet, or link to your school community if you have one. And you can do both. Like, I have my website linked as well as my school community, and the school community is first. So whichever thing you want people to do the most, you put first. You could just put one, but yeah. So, and then, so I'm going to put that on there for links, community, or lead magnet. Okay. Hopefully everything's working out well still. Oops. I got my notes. Okay. Yeah. You can see that one too. Okay. Good. Okay. So the next one is your homepage. Okay. So I'm going to show you on my channel how, in case you don't know how to change your homepage. Here it is. In case you don't know how to change your homepage, it is this customized channel button. So you go to customize channel, and then you go to the home tab. The home tab is where you first of all, you have to click this on, which is what you don't have, I think, clicked on, is your home tab. That's why when you go to your front page, there's nothing there. You click that on, and then you start laying out how you want it to look. I recommend you, what was I going to say? I recommend, let me move this out. This is what I recommend. You create playlists for exactly what you want your ideal person to know. You know, like, so mine are YouTube growth strategy. So I have a description on there. It's like, this is how you grow your YouTube channel or something. I can't remember what my description is, but this is like the whole thing of the grocery store example. You want to make it easy for the viewer to know what to do next. And you can do that easily by making a playlist. And I only do 2 or 3. I have 3 right now, 3 playlists. One is the YouTube growth strategy. One is the how to YouTube. And then I might add another one about community building, but I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm kind of adding the community building part to my brand. So that might end up being one about community building. But then I have one that's upcoming live streams. I did that just because there's nothing there. Nothing will show up if there's nothing in the playlist. But so when I undo that, when this live stream is over, I'll take that. I'll take it out of that playlist, and then there won't be this section on my channel anymore. So, and then I have posts. Posts are something that I'll talk about in a minute with more about later. But posts are really important, and I really think that if you don't have posts at the bottom or close to the bottom, you should put them there because they're just another way to connect with your viewers. Okay, so my suggestion, Cherie, is to create playlists. And you want to create playlists that will solve a problem or identify a pain point or something like that. So you put all the videos that are related to that in that playlist. Okay. And then what else? Where are we? Where's her? Let me put this down. Okay. So then we got title, handle, playlists. Where is that? Okay. Profile, image, title, handle. Yeah, the same with the handle earlier. I don't think I mentioned that, but the handle is good to match your title. Description, links I did, tabs. Okay, so when you start creating posts, that'll also be a tab here. So you'll be adding a tab called posts, and that's where you're going to post all your, text-based polls and things like that there. Overall look, just come up with some kind of look that feels represents you, and make a brand, make it easy. The reason why this is also good is because when people are searching or on their homepage and they see the thumbnail of you, it's not just that they're looking at you, they're looking at your brand. Like, it's like a subconscious thing. They can look at it instantly and know it's you. So if they haven't subscribed, that helps them to be like, oh, I've seen this person before, I'm going to look at this video. Or if they have subscribed, that reminds them like, oh yeah, I remember this. This sounds like a good, I remember her. I like her. I want to watch this video. So it's like, you really want to just create a way for people to just like subconsciously know it's you without having to like really look at it. It's just kind of a good way. And then thumbnails and titles, same with the brand, with the look. You want to make sure that it looks really together and connected, and the titles are really important too. And I think I'm going to have to do like a separate video on titles, but titles aren't really part of your brand necessarily. They're just like important to get to help people know that what it is that's in the video. So you want to make the titles and thumbnails match together. Okay, so that is that one. And then we're going to go to the next one, which is Luis. Oh, you know what I'm going to do real quick before I move away from Cherie? I'm going to read this so that I know what her channel is about. I didn't actually. This channel exists to empower women who have destiny written on their hearts, and they need a pathway to get to their destiny. So it's for empowering women in business, in life. Yeah. I think that's that you work on that because I want to know instantly what your channel is about, and that you can do that with your description. Okay. And then the next one is Luis. He's a sales mindset and alignment coach. He's actually coaching me on sales right now. So, if you are in need of someone to coach you and how to be better at sales, Luis is the person. And so with Luis, he doesn't have a header, which earlier I said, it's good to have a header. I think it is good, especially if you're new to the channel, because any opportunity to help people know what you're about, take it. There's a space there. There's more space to let people know what you're about, and you're not utilizing that space. So it can be as simple as what I have, which is I have only words. And let me go back to mine so you can see. I only have words, and because I wanted to make it simple. Also, you got to take into account that it looks different on different platforms, so you want to make it look good on mobile, desktop, TV. Okay, those are the three main things you want. And I guess some people do use tablets as well. But so I just put helping creators grow their channel, strengthen community, and build lasting income. I may change that. I've changed this like 100 times. So just know that too. Like, you can change things over and over and over again till it fits you right. But I had something before that was a little bit more vague, so I decided to put something that's less vague. But yeah, I may be changing that at some point. But so this is all to show you that it can be simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's just more real estate. You have more real estate, use it. You have more space, use the space. Okay. I'm going to go back. Okay. So Luis, he has a homepage, which is good, but you have a excellent opportunity to, like, you know, show people what you're about here. So I would definitely, okay, I need to add another one so I can make notes for Luis. Okay. So, header. I would take the opportunity to make a simple header of some sort that describes who you are. A luminary Louis, I think is what that says. That's great if that's your name of your channel. I mean, like, if that's your brand, leave it. If it's not your brand, I would just use your name. Okay. I would change it. I would literally change it to your name if it's not your brand. Otherwise, like if it's not your business, because it's a little confusing as to what it is. But that's okay if that is your name of your company. You know what I mean? Like I would just get it, which I don't know if it is the name of your company, because I only know you by Luis. And your community name is aligned. What is it? It's aligned. Aligned sales method. Okay. So if you want to put that would be another option. But I really think your name, because you are the brand, and I think that would be good. So I would say, title and handle. Even change your handle, maybe. I don't know. Like, it's up to you. These are just suggestions. You don't have to do it. If you love your title and your handle, just leave it. But again, if you watch the beginning, we're doing this to make it easier for the viewer to know what you're about, like within seconds. Okay. We have seconds usually for people's attention. So, do whatever you can to make it easy for them to figure it out. Okay. And then we go to, I like your image. Contrast would be a little bit nicer as well. Like for Cherie, I think the picture is great, but it's just a little bit like this fades into white. So it's kind of hard to see. So maybe just contrasting it a bit, having something different color in the background. Some things that I've done is if I have like a color theme going on, I'll just put a layer of that color over the background. So it's like, you can still see the background. I'll show you what I mean, because I've been doing it lately. So here, I can't click on it, but this one right here, okay, I can't click on it. The one that says, how do I get engaged subscribers, is I used a like office background or something. It's not even my house or anything. But then I put a green color over it. So like I highlighted green, or this teal color, so that it matches my brand color. Okay. So it's just like a subtle thing. It's really just subtle. So if you wanted to do that with yours as well, Louise, that would be cool, but it's up to you. So I would just also change your, update your profile picture just to have more contrast. Profile picture for more contrast. Okay. And number 4, yeah, Luis is cool. I just saw the message from you. Okay. So for number 4 would be, where's our other list? I have to go through it. It's kind of easy to see by going, okay. Playlists. Yeah, I was at playlist. No, I wasn't at playlist. I was at description. Let's see. Description. Not enough information. I like to see at least a paragraph. It doesn't have to be super long. I think there's a point when it's super long. Put bullet points. So I'm going back. I went too far ahead. Description. more info. Number 5. You don't have to put the school link here because nobody can click on that. So you can take that part out because nobody can click on it. And if they're going to do that anyway, they would just go click on this. So it's just, you can leave it, but it's kind of like a non, like the link's right there. So you don't even need that. So, so yeah, I would put more description, at least a paragraph, and let's see, and maybe bullet points. Bullet points. Okay. Okay, and then we got that. Then playlists. Okay, now we're going to talk about playlists. You got the link. That's perfect. Perfect. One link, and it's really easy to find. The next thing is your playlist. So you want to create playlists. I don't know if you have playlists. You have some playlists, but they don't seem to be really geared towards your offers. Okay, so you're creating playlists that are specific to your people. Start with something that is a pain point or something that they need or something like that, and then use the description portion. I'll go back to mine real quick so you can see there's a description portion in the playlist as well. So you have the YouTube growth strategy, and then they can play them all. If they're in some sort of order, that's beautiful. If you can do that, if you have like a series, that's great. So work smarter, not harder. Discover strategies that makes every view count. That's what this YouTube growth strategy is about. So that's you can make that can be a small, like more words than that, but I just did that one. And then the YouTube one is, this is how this one was really simple. These how-to videos will help you grow your channel, your YouTube channel. I probably should change that, but you get what I mean. Like, give a little description of what it is. I'm going to get to something in a little bit about another thing that you see on a lot of people's homepage, but I'm going to wait because some people have done that and I want to address it since they've done it. So instead of using the videos option, make it your own playlist and put 1 to 2 playlists. You can keep the shorts. So this is another thing that can be something that you have on there. You can name the shorts to include what they're about. Like if they're just motivation stuff, you want to put that there. If you have posts, which you have one from 2 years ago, but if you start doing posts, which I highly recommend because YouTube is pushing out posts and lots of people are getting impressions on those posts because, people aren't using them as much. But also it appears that YouTube is trying to push those out. So I've seen posts from like a year ago come up, so especially if you interact with one of the posts from that creator, their posts will start coming up more and more. So be consistent about using posts. They are very useful. You can do polls, quizzes. And I did a whole video on that as well. And it's called, I don't know. I'll go look so you know the video that I did on using posts. It was this one. If YouTube isn't recommending your videos, do this, and it's all about posts. So go check that one out after this, or go save it. So let me see if there's any questions. Any questions for anyone who's here? Please feel free to ask me. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put this for Louise's notes. Make playlists. I recommend 1 to 3 playlists. It just keeps things clean. It's not like it's a bad thing if you have more than that. It just, for me, I feel like less is more, in this case. And there's only, if you have certain topics you talk about on your, like, what do you call them? Content pillars, use those. Like, make the playlists about each one of your content pillars. That way it makes it kind of easy. But title them and describe them really well so that people know what they're about. So they might just watch an entire playlist. Okay, make playlists. Number 6, they're giving it away free. Take it. Okay. Tabs. Okay, that would all. Overall look. Okay. Let's go. Let's think about that. I know he had said that he's got a new something for his phone or something to make. You said that you were upgrading your camera or something when we were talking. So that's great. Like, but you know, maybe come up with a look that you're comfortable with. And it doesn't, honestly, I really don't think it matters that much. Let me tell you why. Because if you're trying to get views, and if your goal is to gain a lot of views, then yes, it matters. But if your goal is to serve your existing community, they don't care. They don't care really what it looks like, right? So if you frame it that way, it just has to be clear. You know, like none of his have any text on them. That would help people to understand what the video is about, because that, you know, from a viewer coming from YouTube's perspective, that is important, because they, you know, the quicker that you can help them understand what your video is about, the more likely they'll click on it to watch it. So think of it as a package thing, but don't go crazy in thinking it has to be some kind of perfect. Less is more, in my opinion. So less words, few words on your thumbnail, and a really good descriptive text that complements those words, not are the same as those words. It's another real estate type thing. Your real estate is you have a thumbnail that catches the eye, and then the title supports the thumbnail. So you don't want to like say the same things in the title and thumbnail necessarily. I mean, you can, but it's just, you know, craft it in a way where it complements each other, not copies each other, you know? So less is more. And so, but if you come up with a look, then it'll be easier for people to know to recognize you out in the world, out in the homepage world, out in your browser scrolling world. When people are browsing, they'll be like, oh, that's Louise. You know, so those are my suggestions for that. Yeah, and posts, I think that was it. And then thumbnails and titles. Yeah. So those are my suggestions. I'm going to put, I think your titles are okay, but they could do some, you could do better with those as well. I mean, not better, and like you could improve those thumbnails and titles and thumbnails. Also, it's almost better to look those up first and then create the video. Like, create the video around what people are already searching for rather than what you think people need. You know, it really does help. So, okay, so the next person is Terry Ann, I think is your name. I think that's how you say your name. I apologize if I'm saying it wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. Terry. Oh, oops. I think I forgot to put her R on the last of her name. Okay. So we need a new one for Terry Ann. Okay. And if anybody watching has any questions, please let me know. I will gladly answer. So these are all, also pause for a second. These are all members of my community, the Next Level Creator Hub. So if you're not part of my community, you can join for free. And these are the types of things I do to help my community members build a YouTube channel that is focused on community building. Community building allows us to not work so hard to have success on YouTube. YouTube is a way to get people into your community, and then you can serve them there further. And then you can, with the school platform that I use, you can make it so easy to sell offers to them inside of school. So that is what I'm teaching here. So Terry Ann, we're going to start with your header. I think there was a time where headers, hold on, I'm going to take a drink. Oops. I think there was a YouTube time, where headers were commonly, like, you put all the information in there so that everyone knows what it's about. I don't know if it's just because platforms have changed, people have changed. We don't really need that much information anymore on our YouTube header. So you do have 2 different pictures, which is great, but so, you know, if you're going to do 2 pictures, if you're going to do 2 photographs of yourself, I don't think they should be the same, as I mentioned before. There should be different ones. But I don't know. I think less is more. If you just took out the photo, take out the subscribe button, take out the new videos every week, take out the manifestation, mindset manifestation, and just come up with something that's just more to the point, I think it will serve you better. I'm not saying that it will be, you know, gain you a ton of subscribers versus not doing it. It's just, we want to make things clear. You also have this color, this great color in the background. You could add some of that there. And I don't know, we'll talk about color. We'll talk about brand in a second. But yeah, I think it's just too busy. That's all I'm saying. Pretty much is like, it's too busy. It's got too much information. We don't consume it the way we used to. So that could be beneficial to you. I know Canva tends to like do that with thumbnails, even like they put a lot of words. They put a lot of text in the header. I don't know if you use Canva, but sometimes we use Canva templates and they seem to want to like put as much information. I just don't think it's necessary, and also thinks it takes away from everything else. So you really want them to look at this link. I wish it was bigger, but you really want them to see the description. You don't want them to be looking at that necessarily. You really want them to look at your videos and things like that. So yeah, so that's my suggestion. Oh, I gotta put that down. Header. Make simpler. Simpler. Your name is fine for the, like I mentioned before with the other ones. Your name is fine to use for your title. Your handle is good. All is good there. Like, those things don't really matter that much. The only time I say anything about them is if it's confusing, like I don't understand it. Like if it's a brand name, it could be that I don't understand it because I don't understand your brand. If it's got too much, it's a little too much. I don't know. It can be too much if you have like lots of words. But yeah, but I think yours is fine, so I wouldn't touch that. Okay, so Terry is an athlete, coach, and conscious creator. After 20 years of coaching high performers, spiritual entrepreneurs, and creatives, I've learned one thing: doing more isn't always the answer. Shifting who you are is. Okay, that's awesome. I think your description is good. I would just take this part out. The school, that is not a link. Nobody can click on that, and you already have it right here. So just take that out. It kind of also messes up with the few words you get right here. You get like a line of words. Let me show you. You get like a line of words right here. Mine says helping YouTube creators move from stalled to scalable success without burnout. Then it stops, right? Then you have to open it. That's real estate. You don't want to mess up that part of your real estate. So make sure that the first sentence encompasses what you do. Okay? So where are we? Let's go back to you real quick. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Okay, I gotta reduce this. Okay. Same with Luis. Okay, wait. Let me just make sure I got this part. Okay, you've got your Facebook, you've got your podcast. I mean, those are all fine. So I'm not going to say anything. Just make sure that the thing that you want for sure is at the top. Always put the thing you want people to do first. at the top, so if it's a lead magnet or if it's a school community, put that first. I didn't mention your image, or I did kind of. I said the colors was nice. I would like you to pull yourself up maybe a little. I don't know. You're showing your muscles, so that might be good. But go into Canva or something and like brighten up your picture a little bit so that there is more contrast. That's the only. And then maybe put a shadow on the back of your image. You can do that in Canva. You just want a more contrast so it's easier to see. So that's my biggest tip for anybody who's trying to do that, is like you just want it to be easy to see, especially on a smaller screen. If you're on a phone, it's really hard to see a small picture. Okay, and then we got same thing with Louise. You can do this so well. You can create playlists that meet the needs of your viewers and your potential subscribers and your subscribers. Like subscribers go back to your homepage too, your channel page. So I would suggest put playlists here, 2 or 3 playlists. You can keep your shorts if you want. Right now you have 3. If that's all that you have, let me see. If that's all that you have and you're not planning on making more, just take that part out. It's not needed. But if you're continuing to make shorts, then you can keep that and maybe name the shorts like what like for instance, one of the members in our community has one. He does daily shorts called Daily Tips or something, and he has Daily Tips is the playlist title. So everybody knows those are his daily tips and they're shorts, so give them a clue of what that is too. So give them a reason to want to watch your shorts, if you're like, they're all different and you can't really, especially on a smaller screen, you don't really get to read the whole title of shorts. So helping people understand what your shorts are about in other ways is really helpful. Okay, so yeah. And then posts, you have posts. And 3 weeks ago, the last time you shared, I would put your posts down here at the bottom, maybe in place of the shorts, and also use them. Create shorts. Oh, I've been forgetting to make your notes. Okay, where did I say? Oh, I might have to come back. Okay, I'm going to real quick go back and give her notes real quick. So one thing I said was to take out link in description. Number 2, number 3, contrast profile image. And number 4 is playlists. And number 5 would be update or remove shorts. And number 6 is use posts and add that. Use posts, add to home, to channel page. Okay. And then number 7, I think that's it. Oh, brand. Yeah, that was the next thing. Brand. Come up with a cohesive look. If it's this blue, that's fine. But I would recommend, okay, I am a podcaster. I took my audio podcast, made it a video podcast, did both, So I know the struggles of wanting to just do audio. Let's see, are these videos? Oh yeah, these are videos. Wanting to just do audio and not understanding the transition from podcast audio to podcast video. One thing for sure, and I'm sure this one was posted a year ago, so it probably doesn't represent all of your videos, but never put episode on the front of your episode and number on the front of your video podcast. It's very good for audio. It's not good for video. So always make the title a YouTube title. make it YouTube friendly title. And that is like the biggest mistake I see with podcasters, is that they are making this big mistake, because it doesn't do the same thing as it does on YouTube. It's a bunch of numbers that people don't get. So that's my biggest tip for that. But it doesn't look like you did that every time. It was just that one. Also, the other thing with audio and video, audio podcast versus video podcast, is don't use the same image every time. I know the only time I say that's okay, I guess, is if it's only showing up here. So you have your podcast here, and these are the images that show up. Actually, let me backtrack. Okay. Let me backtrack. If your podcast is on the podcast thing only, like, then I feel like you can get away with having the same image, because people are knowing that that's, the podcast. If you want YouTube to recognize you as a separate like as a video, and people to click on your video, then you want to make every video a little bit different. And you don't need to put all of the whole title of your podcast, a title or whatever, in the image. So instead, I would use okay, let me give you the example of what I do with these channel page makeovers, okay? Or these live streams that I do, okay? The example is, I am using the same image, but I'm making the image different. I'm making the thumbnail different. I'm adding something to it. I'm giving people a clue as to what it is the video is about, which is the click-worthy thing. Like, you want it click-worthy. So all of my live streams look like this. Here, I'll go to my live stream so you can see. All of my live streams look like this. I've used pretty much the same picture in all of them. But channel page makeover, the old versus new. This was actually very similar to, that was, that's because I have two of those, because I couldn't connect my video to that one. But anyway, this is the only one is live right now. And then there's build community, and I just use a few things. I give a few, I make less is more, like give a photograph or an example in the image. In the thumbnail that shows what the live stream is about. Okay. And so the same thing you could do with your podcast as well. Use the same image if you want, but use something visual to, like, here. Focus and inspiration inspired with Momentum Planner. See, if you have a planner, stick that thing right there on there so that people can go, oh, this is about planning, like staying focused. I get it, or something like that. So that's my suggestion for that. Okay, so playlists, podcasts, you have a podcast tab. That's fine. I actually like your podcast. Your podcast image is really clear and visible. Yeah. So what did I pick? Oh, thumbnails. Thumbnail, I would just pick like a style that you like and go with it. And when I was saying earlier about it doesn't really matter, like it really doesn't. Your thumbnail and your thumbnail, like the look of your stuff. It matters in that you're helping the viewer have a better experience and understand what it is you're about. But the color, as far as brand and theme goes, like it doesn't matter what you choose. You could choose that blue. You could choose things like that. The same type of text. Just make it clear. Less is more. Use less text on your thumbnails and give some sort of visual that represents what the video is about. So when I say it doesn't matter, it matters. It's just, I just mean, don't get all in your head about it. Make it simple. Yeah. And I think that was it. I could go over titles. I think I'm going to go over titles on a different video. Okay. Last one is Anna. I'm going to copy and make one more. If anybody, oh, my video, I might have missed some questions. Okay. My last one is Anna. And
how do you follow your dreams?
So we are going to address something on this one that is different, and I'll tell you in a minute. I'm going to make her notes here, and then okay, the first thing is header. The header, as you can see on this screen, is hard to read. It's like cut off. So that's why it's really important to look at it on all platforms. I mean, on all devices, like your phone, computer, and a TV. But Canva does have it. I think Canva does have it where it's sized right. But anyway, when you're loading this up, it'll show you. So that's why you always want your words. Like these words need to be like right in the middle and scrunched together if you want a phone user to read it, of a mobile user to read it. And then I feel like there are too many words, so I would use less words. Maybe I'm confused about the image, but that might be because the image is like normally supposed to be really bigger and you can see this part better. But less words, maybe even just if you want this image, like have that image all the way across. I don't know. There's some ideas I could give you, but I would do less words and make it fit. So your header, less words, make it fit. Okay. Number 2, name is fine. You got all that good. I guess you couldn't get your name without the 82, or is that your birthday? Anyway, that's fine. It's not. I don't feel like the handle is all that important anymore. It's like websites, people don't usually anymore have to go and type in a website. They just click a link. So handles are kind of like that. You don't really have to put that in there anywhere ever. And nobody's going to go. I mean, they might, but the point is it's not that big of a deal. So it's fine that it's not the same as your title name. Okay, so Anna, you have it really good. You have helping you create a business and life that truly nourishes you. You might want to add a few more descriptive, like I think you get a little bit more space if you can, but that's good just to have that. That's real estate. You let people at least know what it is that you're about. Then your links are your link tree. Okay. I'm going to go to it because I want to talk about that. Okay. Had to make one click and then I have to make another click. You see, the viewer experience is that you want to have them make as few clicks as possible. It just is better. Okay. So I would take your link tree out, and if the book, the free blueprint for work-life balance is the most important, or the book of transformation call is the most important, I would put that there in your links right there. Okay. Because you want people to just easily know what you're about, like as quickly as possible, because we have very little time for their attention. So I would, if you want to keep the link tree, that's fine. I don't think you need it. I think if you want more than one link, you just use the top two links you have on your link tree and put them right there. Okay. Your image, I love your image as well. It's a very calming image. Again, with the contrast. Oh, I want to write this for link. Use something else for first link. Number 3 is okay, yeah. So the profile image, I love it. I just think, like with the other ones, it needs contrast because your hair is melting into the background. So either separate it or put a different background, or I think you would have to do that because it's so dark. But if you like that look, keep it. Like take everything I say with a grain of salt. You don't have to do anything I say. These are just suggestions. It's a very good image. It's just, like I said before, you want to be able to, for people to be able to see things clearly on smaller devices. Okay, so we're going to get to this part. This is called a featured, what is it called? I'm going to look it up real quick. I think it's called a featured video. Home tab. This is how you add them, by the way, if you wanted to know. You add the things. It's called a channel trailer or spotlight video for returning subscribers. Those are you can add both of those. I think they both autoplay, and I like the idea of that space of that video being there. What I don't like is that it autoplays. It's like the worst thing to have a video autoplay when you're not ready for it. So I've been telling all of my members and clients to get rid of that. Like, don't use that because the autoplay is actually messing with your video performance because people are stopping it and not allowing it to go and play more. So it's messing with that video performance, and it's also irritating people because they're not ready for it. They're going there to check out your page. They might have come from that video or whatever, like it's better if you just take it out. I wish there was a way to do that, and maybe there is. If you know a way to turn off the autoplay on that, please let me know, because I don't know that. So let's see. I'm going to put that on the notes. Remove featured video. It really will be better experience for your viewers if you remove it. I like the idea of it. Another way you could do this, if you want them to watch that video for sure, this is the first thing that they see, make a playlist and say intro or something like that. Like, make a playlist that has just that one video or a few videos like it. And so same thing with yours is that, make a playlist, make playlists that are for your viewers and subscribers, and make 2 or 3 playlists that are useful, that deal with pain points for your subscribers or your potential subscribers. And then shorts as well. It's up to you if you want to leave the shorts. I have no problems with shorts. I have no problem with shorts. If you can title your shorts, that might be better. Shorts, I mentioned earlier somebody was doing a daily shorts and they named it daily tips or something. So title your shorts, and then you have posts. Yay. I noticed that YouTube put posts on everybody's account without them knowing it. So it was really weird. I had to put mine on mine, but I would start using them. So I mentioned earlier to watch a video that I did called Impressions YouTube, and it talks all about why you need to be using YouTube posts. So check out that video if you want to learn why you should be using YouTube posts. Let's go back. So I recommend you use YouTube posts and use, the polls and things, because YouTube is pushing them out. Okay, I think, I was going to say use posts. There we go. Okay. I think that's it. I did 4. How long? Almost an hour and a half. I've been on here almost an hour and a half. I did 4 videos.